Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Rogers Hall here in the Winchester Center at Kentucky Wesleyan College. My name is Tom Keith. I'm the Vice President for Advancement here at Wesleyan. We're so glad you're with us today for this very important announcement of a collaborative partnership between Kentucky Wesleyan, the Owensboro Public Schools, and Owensboro Health, which will result in a state-of-the-art track and field complex that will not only become a crown jewel of this community, but will also revolutionize the track and field programs with our public schools and also here at Kentucky Wesleyan. I've got a few folks behind me that are going to do some speaking today, starting with, to my left, we have President Bart Darrell of Kentucky Wesleyan College. Next to him is our new Director of Athletics, Rob Mallory. To my right, we have Dr. Nick Brake, Superintendent of Owensboro Public Schools. Next to him is Shannon Wetzel, the Executive Director of the Owensboro-Davis County Convention and Visitors Bureau. And last but certainly not least, because he was a catalyst in helping to get this done, is President and CEO of Owensboro Health, Philip Patterson. So we're very grateful to all these individuals. We also have a few special guests I do want to recognize. I know we have a lot more than these three, and some of you will be introduced a little bit later, but I did want to recognize two of our city commissioners, Bob Glenn and Pam Smith-Wright. Thank you all for being here. And also we have the President of the Economic Development Corporation here in Owensboro, Madison Silver, who's with us. At this time, we're going to have some remarks, and at the end of the remarks, all these folks will stick around for individual Q&As when we're finished. And to kick things off, I'd like to introduce the President of Kentucky Wesleyan College, Bart Darrell.
Well, good morning. I apologize for starting a little late because of me. It's always nice to show up late for a party you hosted. I apologize. And thank you all for being here. You know, the best things happen when you have people and entities that have a common, personal interest combined with a common need, and then have a common passion and a sense of place. What I mean by that is they understand the community they're in. And that's what's happened here. The Owensboro Public Schools had a need for a track and field facility. We have a need, in large part because of the coaching staff that we've been able to assemble here at Kentucky Wesleyan College. We got the Pied Piper of track and field in America, Tony Rowe. Very honored to have him. We happen to be neighbors. We live in the same block, if you will. The facility, which is over here at the middle school campus that Owensboro owns, is adjacent to our property. It's a perfect fit. And so we started talking, and we realized that we had something we wanted to do. And I know that whether it be the Owensboro Public Schools, the Davis County Public Schools, the Owensboro Catholic Schools, or Kentucky Wesleyan College, or any of our other educational entities here, we don't want to do anything that's not top shelf. And this is no exception. So we have a history now here at Wesleyan of collaboration with our other educational partners. You know the football field over here that we share with Owensboro Catholic Schools. We partner with the Davis County Public Schools every single day. We have so many of our graduates educate young kids in that district, and we do more things. We've already collaborated with Owensboro Health in that Owensboro Health is now using some Wesleyan students to help create integrated health care in this community, which I'm told the project that we're working on with them is unlike any in the United States of America. So it's not new, this idea of collaboration. And I know that my friends in government would echo that the best things happen when the private and the public sectors get together for the benefit of the community and the region. That's what's happened here. We're going to see things in Owensboro and Davis County that have never happened before because of this facility. For the first time in the history of Owensboro-Davis County, you'll see intercollegiate track and field competed right here in Owensboro, Kentucky. We'll now have the ability with this state-of-the-art facility to help the tourism folks. We're going to have, we got the ability now to have the AAU meets, the incredible high school meets, which will impact every kid in this region, not just the Owensboro Public Schools, not just this county and city. It's going to impact everybody. And so our business partners here in Owensboro-Davis County will benefit greatly from this. Now, I do want to say thank you to the Owensboro Public Schools for reaching out to us and for listening to us. It's going to be a great partnership. But I do want to thank specifically Owensboro Health. The first time I talked to Phil Patterson about this project and the folks on his team, it was amazing to me. It made me realize why Owensboro is such a great community. They listened and they saw something that they believed would benefit everybody in their service area. And they said, how do we get this done? That is what makes Owensboro and Davis County different from other places, any other places I've lived. It's this idea that we all join together and we change our community. I've been voted, I guess it was Sports Illustrated, wasn't it, Madison, that said we were the #1 sports community in Kentucky. This was a gaping hole. And today, we've started that path to fill it. Now, please understand from Kentucky Wesleyan College's perspective, this isn't just about athletics. This is about a lot of things. It's about the scholar athlete that we believe into our core. And to you families in Owensboro and Davis County and surrounding areas, I say to you now, if you want to continue your education with track and field as part of that personal growth, you can do it here in the state-of-the-art facility. And so we're very excited about being able to serve our community in a higher way, in a greater way, and I want to thank so much the Owensboro Public Schools and Owensboro Health for their vision, their commitment to this home we call Owensboro and Davis County. At this time, because I am not a track expert, I would like to invite to the podium our Director of Athletics, Rob Mallory, to talk to you just a little bit about the facility itself. Mallory.
I'm not sure I'd classify myself as a track expert either, but as a representative of the athletic department, I will certainly stand up here and talk about it. I want to echo President Darrell's sentiments and also thank him, along with thanking Dr. Brake and Mr. Patterson. It's nice as a college athletic director to 6 weeks into your tenure be able to stand up here and talk about a project like this. And that would not be possible without the hard work that's been done to this point. You know, this truly is a great day for Kentucky Wesleyan College, for the Owensboro Public Schools, and the greater Owensboro community. From an institutional perspective, more than ever, we're finding college students are seeking an investment in co-curricular activities, whether that be arts, music, or in this case, athletics. This facility allows us to meet that demand at a high level, and it's part of that holistic educational experience that we seek to provide here at Kentucky Wesleyan. The state-of-the-art complex is the next step in the progression of Kentucky Wesleyan track and field that began last year with the hiring of nationally decorated coach Tony Rowe to lead our programs. We feel we'll now have a facility that is consistent with that level of coaching, and with those two things in place, expect to be extremely competitive at the conference, regional, and even national level. Specifically, the Owensboro Health Track and Field Complex will feature a new synthetic track surface, a steeplechase pit, and field event venues including runways for long jump, triple jump, and pole vault, a javelin area, and shot put, discus, and hammer throw pads. These upgrades will allow us to host full-scale regular season meets on an annual basis, and will also put us in contention to host Great Midwest Athletic Conference and NCAA postseason events. More importantly, this facility will bolster the already outstanding recruiting efforts of Coach Rowe and assistant coach Kelly Clay, and enhance the experience of Kentucky Wesleyan scholar athletes for years to come. Of course, as mentioned, none of this would be possible without our great community partners in the Owensboro Public Schools and the support of Owensboro Health. So on behalf of the Kentucky Wesleyan Athletic Department, our track and field coaches, and all current and future Wesleyan track and field scholar athletes, I say thank you, and we certainly look forward to a fruitful and mutually beneficial partnership. Thank you.
Now I'd like to introduce somebody well known to all of you, my good friend Dr. Nick Brake from the Owensboro Public Schools, for a few comments.
Just want to echo the words of thanks both to President Darrell and all the folks here at Wesleyan, and certainly to my friend Philip Patterson. At Owensboro Public Schools, we believe in providing world-class facilities for all of our students. And if you tour our campus on Frederica Street, you'll see some of the finest fine arts facilities any high school around. You go to our Rash Stadium, our Shively Park, and now you'll see the same type of facility for our track and field programs. And the way we've come to it with collaboration also is a tenet that we hold very near and dear to us, and that's that success for all students in our school district would not be possible without the community's support. So the emphasis on wellness, the impact that you'll hear about on tourism, providing our students with not only this opportunity to improve wellness, but for interscholastic and intercollegiate competition, to allow Wesleyan to grow their enrollment. That's our teaching ranks in the future. We love to hear that. I love to think about the combination of red, black, and purple. I think they look good together, and I like to see many more partnerships. We're in discussion with President Darrell, who is a great friend to our school system, and this college has always been a great supporter of the work that we do. I do want to recognize some folks from our school district that have been very supportive of this project. It starts really at the top with our Board of Education. We have with us today John Blaney, who's our chair, Nancy Eskridge, who has been the chair of our board, and Dan Griffith is in the back, and we thank the three of the board members. The two that aren't here, Kate Lozon and Steve Knight, are also big supporters of this project. We have our principal at Owensboro High School, John DeLacy, with us. He's a new principal. Busy day for him. He's registering students, so we appreciate you making a few moments to join us. David Johnson, our director, or our chief operating officer, is here, and Dr. Chris Gaddis, our director of athletics. Also have with us, I believe, our high school athletic director, Todd Harper, but we also have our coaches. We have Bob O'Brien, we have Mike Johnson, we have Beverly Durr, and Rachel Mesplay all here. So we're glad to have them. And if you're a student athlete at Owensboro High School or Kentucky Wesleyan, raise your hand. No, we have a few of you here. We got a couple of you here. So they're the ones that are going to be benefiting from this, and we look forward to seeing this project to fruition. For the impact that it's going to have on wellness of the community, the economic impact. My friends at the Economic Development Corporation here, and Shannon, who you'll hear from. It's a great day for the collaboration of all these institutions, and my thanks again to Owensboro Health for being a supporter of community wellness holistically. That's a great vision and one that we share as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Drake. I was on travels last week, and I was reminded of the value of what I like to refer to as a Renaissance person that we believe we produce here at Wesleyan, combining the high-level academics along with some of these co-curricular things. And Dr. Magnuson, I see him over here, the great chemistry professor. I couldn't take his classes here because I couldn't have passed them. But I was with one of my former classmates who was one of yours, Dr. Doug Wilson, who's an ophthalmologist up in Columbus, Indiana. He also played baseball here, Coach Lilpop. And I found out while he's there, he's also now written 4 books. One's coming out next month on Carlton Fisk. You sports fans, go get it. I don't remember the name of it. But that's part of what we do here. From the arts to athletics, we combine that with the academics and produce great people who serve their communities. Now, speaking of serving your community, the next person you're going to hear from is Shannon Wetzel, who does amazing work for Owensboro and Davis County with our Tourist Commission. And she has kind of been on the inside on this project for a little bit. And she's been really excited about the whole way. We've had their complete support, and I think she can tell you a little bit about what she sees this doing for our community from an economic impact standpoint with tourism. So, Shannon.
I want to thank President Bart Darrell from Wesleyan, and Philip Patterson from Owensboro Health, Nick Brake from Owensboro Public Schools, for allowing the Commission and Visitors Bureau to be a part of this outstanding private and public partnership. This first-class track and field complex will fill a hole that has been missing in this community. The CDB sincerely appreciates the partnership to be able to attract first-class track and field events, to create tourism opportunities, to be able to impact the community from an economic standpoint. We are very excited to be a part of this and look forward to booking the first track and field event at this facility. Thank you all for letting us be a part of this.
We want to again express our sincere gratitude and thanks to the Owensboro Public Schools, to President Darrell and his vision for Kentucky Wesleyan College, but also to Philip Patterson and Owensboro Health especially. I want to give them a round of applause.